You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene. Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Voice After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's The Voice After Show.
Hello, everybody. You are watching The Voice After Show on AFTERBUZZ TV. The battle rounds.
The battle rounds begin.
The battle rounds begin. They are here. I'm Jason Ikeler.
I'm Christian Rosenberg.
What you want with my body? I'm Stephanie Giorgi. Hey.
Chloe is out tonight. She is doing an acting thing. We miss her, but she'll be back in here next week. Let's hop right into the battles tonight.
Let's do it. Good
We are
battles
starting
tonight.
with Team Usher, whose guest mentor was Jill Scott. And she's just like a huge name in the music industry, so I thought it was really cool he got her.
I thought she did really well, too.
And I liked what she said, too. Like, she appreciates The Voice because The Voice isn't about the look. And that's kind of been her career. She's not like the stereotypical R&B singer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, her sex is in her voice. It's not in, like, her videos or anything like that.
Right.
And I did find it kind of surprising and refreshing that he chose her, because as successful as she is and as she has been in music, you haven't really heard a lot of her music on mainstream radio, like your top 40 stations.
Yeah.
She's never really been around too much.
Well, she's very, like, successful in R&B radio and that sort of thing.
Right. So I thought it was nice that, you know, she's now kind of getting like more mainstream attention than she already does, because she's incredibly talented and has a huge wealth of knowledge, which was beginning to be displayed today.
She had great advice.
Yeah.
So first battle pairing was TJ Wilkins versus Biff Gore, and they sang "Ain't Too Proud to Beg" by The Temptations. And I liked when Usher explained, like, this is like old school versus new school.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I thought the way they approached the song almost seemed like that. They were both really good. I liked TJ a little bit better because I thought he brought sort of a younger vibe to it, and I liked the runs he made. I felt like Biff was really good, but it was like almost too churchy for me. Like, everything he did, I expected him to do.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say that I also think that he was, I felt like he got tired.
Yeah.
Like he was losing energy.
His age showed in his performance.
It did, absolutely. It showed in his performance. TJ did a very good job. He sounded super bomb, and he was just really refreshing. And his stage presence was incredible to me.
Yeah.
Like his spins, and he was just feeling it. It was really good.
He looked like they both looked like they were having a ton of fun out there.
Yeah.
I just wanted to watch TJ more.
Yeah, TJ, I feel with this performance, just kind of hearing his range even more. I mean, we heard a good deal of it in his blonde audition, but he sounds much more versatile and can do a lot more than what Biff can do.
Right.
Biff is, like you're saying, a great soul singer, a great gospel singer. That's about it.
I don't know. I feel like he could do like a southern rock sort of thing too, because he's got that grit in his voice.
Yeah.
I just don't necessarily. I mean, the point of these shows is to win and go on and become a successful singer.
Right.
Just harder to do.
Can you see Biff doing that?
I don't know. I could maybe see him going the gospel route, and that's a little easier to break into. But I also feel like I wouldn't bet money on it.
Well, let me ask you this.
Even though I love him, I mean, he sounds awesome, but...
Yeah. And let me ask you this. TJ won this. Can you see him going all the way with this thing?
You know what? If he did a career like Jill Scott, if he went that route where he was just very R&B and owned it and didn't try to do mainstream, because I think that's why Jill Scott's so successful, is because she doesn't try to emulate everything that's going on in music today. She just kind of does her own thing.
Right.
And I think if he did that sort of thing, he could.
And I think with the right writers that he'd kill it. Absolutely.
Yeah. And he won, obviously. But then Blake stole Biff. What did you think about that?
Blake has the most unique team this year. Like, there's so many people on Blake's team that you would never expect Blake to pair himself with. And I find it intriguing. I'm really interested to see what he's able to pull off with Biff, if he's able to really, you know, quote unquote, save Biff and like have him have a good knockout round.
Yeah.
I feel like Blake too is just got a very versatile team this year, and I think he's maybe choosing Biff just because he's kind of interested to see what else he can do.
Right.
Like, just for the fun of it, I don't think Blake thinks he's going to win with
And the
Biff.
kicks.
The kicks.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
The
he probably just wants to try one thing with him to see, because he might think that, well, you know what, he didn't choose the right song, or he might know how to utilize Biff.
Yeah. Well, and like everything we're saying, he still had an amazing performance.
Yeah.
It just wasn't super current.
Right.
But I don't know. I'm interested to see what happens.
Yeah.
So his next pairing was Stevie Joe versus Jake Barker, and they sang Higher Love. During the middle of this, I was oddly turned on because neither of them are really my type. But when they were singing together, I was like, oh, hot damn.
I was never turned on
Oh,
by
well, that's
this.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oh, but it was just such a good song.
They both did a very good job. The song choice was great. Like Usher said, I think Usher and Blake both said how it was such an even battle, and I agree with that. The odd thing to me, though, neither of these two really stood out to me.
Oh, see, I disagree. I think they both had good moments in the song. I don't like the arrangement of the song. I like it for like just listening to. I don't like it for the show because it needs more of a moment. But I thought they were both good. There was a couple times where Stevie Joe, which is weird because I was super impressed by his falsetto last time, I felt like he lost it when he went up into it, and I felt like Jake won.
Oh, and a couple of the judges thought that too.
Yeah.
But there's something about Stevie Joe's voice. I don't know what it is, regardless of his falsettos or him hitting anything. Even though Jake is super bomb, but I think what also is captivating us is that he's super fine. Like, he's fine.
Which is like obviously that's not what The Voice is all about, but that's part of music today.
But I thought they did great. I know what you mean by they didn't stand out to you, because I think that they were very similar, so that's why you're like, wait, who? Like, if I were just listening to it,
You can't tell who's who.
Exactly.
I almost want to see them like X Factor this and be like, hey, you're in a band.
Right?
Go together.
Seriously.
Because their harmonies are insane together.
They are.
Well, and I don't know if I love the fact or I was kind of lost the suspense when Adam said, he's like, I don't care who wins, I am stealing.
Well, because I think they're both good, and I think Stevie Joe especially is unexpected. You look at him, with Jake, you're not surprised that voice comes out of him.
Exactly.
Stevie Joe, you're like, huh.
Interesting,
like that.
right?
If he makes the live rounds, I'm so ready for like the makeover segment where they cut his hair.
Oh, I don't think they will. I think
You don't think they'll do that to him?
I hope they curl it or something. Maybe
Curl
do a
it?
nice little blow dry.
blow it out.
Blow it out.
No, okay.
Do you think Usher picked Stevie Joe one? I think Usher maybe picked him just because he sang the Usher song when he tried out.
But he killed it, though.
Oh, he did kill it.
so
but
good. And that's brave to do Usher.
I think that's why Usher likes that too.
But Usher probably, but you know what though? He had the quality time with both of them, and like he said, he's like, I have an idea for him. I think he knows, he heard what he wanted to hear, and he's like, well, you know what? I could probably, like Shakira, when she chose one person over the other, her excuse was, I think I know what to do more with this person than the other. And he knew what to do with Stevie Joe.
Well,
and
he wants to win, so
Exactly.
that's good. And I think actually that Jake and Adam, they have similar voice types.
They do.
They'll work well
That I
together.
think they'll actually work really well
They
together.
will.
And I think I think if Jake makes an album, it'll almost be Maroon 5 style.
Exactly.
No, I'm happy that both of them survived because, like I said, they're both really good, and I'm hoping with the knockout round where they'll be on their own, then they'll really get to stand out even more and have those moments that I just don't feel they had those super standout moments working together because they worked so well together.
Right, they blended.
Speaking of working together, we work very closely with Maria
What a
Menounos,
segue!
who has a new show, Chasing Maria, that premieres tomorrow night on Oxygen. And I think Steven has a little clip for us that he's going to play.
Tuesdays on Oxygen.
I'm Maria Menounos, and my life can get a little crazy. I host Extra. I'm an actor, producer, dancer, wrestler, and a lot of other things. I live with Kevin, my boyfriend of 15 years. Do you really love me?
I would say that I'm in serious like.
And my parents. Yep, I just said I live with my parents.
You drive me crazy.
You drive me crazy. My parents want us to get married.
You both love each other. Get married.
Kevin and I don't. I am gonna get married when I want to get married. I think I want kids. Kevin definitely doesn't want them now.
This is being pushed on to us.
And of course, my parents wanted them yesterday.
This year you gotta have it.
And I have a house full of people counting on me financially. If I take my eye off the ball, everything can fall apart.
It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks or wants us to do. It's what we want to do.
Everyone thinks that they know what's best for me, but I'm really the only one. I have got to figure things out.
Chasing Maria Menounos is so new. Every Tuesday at 10, 9 Central, starting March 18, only on Oxygen.
Make sure to check that out, guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've seen a couple clips from it, and it's going to be really good.
It's gonna be awesome. And we're gonna have an AfterBuzz of it too. here.
What? Listen to that, too.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Team Blake. So his guest mentors were the band Perry, and I thought that's such good mentors for the show because they are at the top of the game in country music right now. And I like that they're all three siblings, but I like hearing their different opinions.
I almost feel like it's cheating. He has more than he's got like 3 extra advisors instead of
but
one.
I like that. I love the band Perry.
So do I. I watched them in Virginia Live, or Celebrate Virginia in
Okay.
Fredericksburg, Virginia. They were awesome.
Killed it?
Yes, they were incredible.
They have great voices.
They do.
So Blake's first pairing was Jake Worthington versus Lexi Luca, and they sang "It Goes Like This" by Thomas Rhett.
Can I just say that everyone is going crazy about Jake right now, especially on Twitter. Like, and I love him also. He there's
has a
something about
very
him.
likable, like teddy bear type quality.
He's the young, old school Southern gentleman
Yes.
that has greatly
Yes.
improved his voice from last season.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know what? During their practice, I was like, "Ooh, why are either of you on the show?" Like, they were not doing it at all. And then they got out there, they had time to practice, obviously, and they both killed it. I think
sweet day.
Jake did fumble his lyrics a little bit, and he still has to work on his diction. I think it just comes back to, like, he's from the South, he doesn't really enunciate a lot.
Right.
But so he brings that into his singing, and I mean, country music is all about storytelling, so if
Right.
we can't understand you, that doesn't really work.
Right. But poor Lexi. I mean, she did do great. Like, listen to her right now. Maybe it was her nerves. I don't know what it was.
I was surprised nobody stole her.
Yeah, you know, I was really impressed with her. We didn't really
No,
get to
I
see
kinda
her
knew
in the
it.
blonde editions because she was one of the quick ones. But what I really liked is these two put on a full performance. They had the stage presence, kind of like walking back
Yeah.
and forth, and they played to the crowd, and
did.
they made you into they brought you into the song.
Absolutely.
But in the end, I think he made the right choice.
See, I think I get why he's picking Jake, just because he's had so many young country girls win for him before. It's probably not going to happen again. But I think Jake is still a little too unpolished.
But that's the whole point. Blake's there to
Polish
coach
him,
him.
yeah.
And he has more. I think he has more potential than Lexi does. Lexi, that sounded like about as good as she was gonna get.
You think?
Because she sounded great. For that just being a little taste of Jake, you know.
Yeah, that's true. I just want him to enunciate.
And he will learn. Maybe they'll go over that.
I thought maybe Adam or something would steal him because he always likes to like get a country singer and then play it against Blake, or would steal Lexi.
But Lexi's all right. She was probably really good to you in comparison to Jake or singing alongside him. But
Yeah.
amongst everyone else, she's
That's true. There's so many good singers this season.
exactly
There are a lot.
right.
And can we talk for a second about Jake like consoling her?
That was cute.
Oh, my
They should start dating after
Yeah,
this.
they will make a
I
really
wanted
cute
to
couple.
date him.
Well, he's 17.
I know.
Just wait a year,
Damn it,
you'll be
that always
fine.
happens.
Yeah,
No,
one more
I'm
year,
just
one
kidding. I
more
was
year.
kidding. I don't really want to date him, but
I'm just kidding.
but that was so sweet. And you know what was killing me was that when she was crying, you could tell that it was killing her. Like, he's just a good old Southern boy. He didn't want to see no girl cry. And then he went over to her and he's like, "Hey, look, it's all right. It'll be okay."
You got your family and your
Oh,
friends.
You almost
I
forget
loved it.
when you're watching these shows, like those are
Oh,
real
sweet
people up
baby
there,
boy.
like with real emotions.
Yeah.
Because we watched and we're like, oh, you were really crappy, and oh, you should have done that better. But like, these are real people, so it is kind of
Yeah.
sad. Next up on Blake was Paula Deanda versus Sandra Lewis, and they sang "Do What You Want" by Lady Gaga and Christina Aguilera. I thought this was an interesting pairing because they both kind of had backgrounds in the music industry. And then I also thought it was kind of an unfair pairing because, yeah, they're both kind of powerhouse vocalists, but Paula Deanda is very like, you know, she's going to be dancing while she's singing and doing more of like the J-Lo thing. And Sandra is like a Jennifer Hudson where she's going to wail.
Yes.
But I was actually super impressed because there was a couple issues with Paula, but overall I thought she held her own against Sandra, who killed it.
Yes.
She did, but this was what I was worried about. Paula, she was slowing down. She kept getting behind the beat. And then Sandra had to play catch up. And Sandra would just, all her experience, she's like, okay, speed up my rhythm, my diction, done.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, I think that goes along with experience too, though. She's been directing Celine Dion for years. And I will say for Paula, the song, Paula doesn't have as big of a range as Cassandra. So it was kind of unfair because Cassandra's having all these huge moments because she can. So then Paula's like, oh, I should do something, and she just doesn't have it.
Well, no, you know what was unfortunate also, or not even unfortunate, what I didn't like, I felt like Paula gave up.
At the end?
You could see, I felt like in her face.
She knew she
but it's
was
like,
beat.
she just should have kept going. And like, they were right. Towards the end there, she just, Usher said, if you're going to do it, you better commit to it. But I felt like she tried to, and then she kind of heard how she sounded and was like, no, you know what, forget it. Cassandra beat me.
And, I mean, that note there.
Right.
Blake, I think, is on the mindset of, once Cassandra gets to the live rounds, then we'll see what happens. But right now, who's the person on my team that I don't think will win? I'm going to put her against Cassandra.
See, but I think Paula, because she has, she already has a following. So if she can get on a show like this and get more current, that's what happened to Tassan last year, and she won.
But nobody stole Paula.
That's what I was shocked nobody stole her, because I think she is super marketable, and if she does the Ariana Grande thing, like the song she tried out with, I could see her having a career still.
Yeah.
But
I'm just wondering what's gonna happen with Cassandra, because she's like, I mean, she's kind of the best singer on the entire show.
She's this year's Judith. She's this year's Tassan. So who
maybe she'll be, maybe she will be like a Jennifer Hudson, where they just take her and use her for everything else.
Yeah,
might as well.
I mean, I think she can, obviously she has a career in the entertainment industry, and I think she can continue to do that. I don't know. Unfortunately, that's not the type of music that sells out arenas anymore.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can see her like being like Celine and having like a show in Vegas all the time. Like, it doesn't.
Right.
But I mean, hopefully she can get something, because she can sing. So let's get into Team Shakira, whose guest mentor was Miranda Lambert. And I love that, because now, who do Miranda Lambert fans vote for? They usually vote for Team Blake.
Right.
Now they got to vote for Shakira. And Miranda obviously has a huge country career.
Yeah.
Insane. So her first battle was Danny Mose versus Deshaun Washington, and they sang My Kind of Love by Emily Sandé.
You know what? I didn't like this. I didn't like either of them.
I did think this was like my least favorite battle of the night.
See, this was the one I was the most surprised at. And I felt I was the most surprised because I was not expecting much of anything from Deshaun. I did not like his blind audition. And watching the rehearsals, I was just like, okay, bye, Deshaun. I thought Deshaun did better than Danny in this.
I thought they both improved a ton from their practice. Deshaun needs to like connect his phrases more. Like, it was like word, 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 where it needs to be like flowing into each other. And I thought she got a little bit shouty.
She did too much in this song.
But I think, like, just for me personally, her style of music is more what I'm drawn to. But I don't necessarily think she did better. I just would have picked her just because of the style of her voice.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't even tell you.
I mean, yeah. If I'm
keeping it honest, with Steffi G.
Yeah,
if I was just going from this one song, this one performance, on which one that I would be interested in listening to more, I personally would have picked Deshaun, and that says a lot, being that I was completely against him getting the blind audition.
Well, nobody else agrees with you because he lost and no one stole him.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do think he was good.
I think I probably would have chosen him too.
Really?
If I had to pick one of the two.
I think Shakira chose Danny because she can do more with her. That's
what she said. This is the one. That's the comparison that I was getting.
I was stepped out of the room for that part. Didn't I hear that?
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, it sounds like a Shakira a little bit.
Yeah.
It does.
Let's talk about, that was it for Team Shakira tonight,
Yeah.
right? Let's get into Team Adam. We are racing through this.
Is this the last battle of the night?
It is. This is going to be a really fast after show, but next week we'll have more.
Because we got Tuesday and Monday.
2 weeks. Anyways, Team Adam had Aloe Blacc as the guest mentor, and he's on that Avicii song right now, and he's on a lot of other stuff too, but he's super good. And I kind of like that Adam brought him too, because it's very unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of like really an artist that a lot of people are just getting to know.
And I think it's kind of genius though, because his style of like his voice is a lot of times like every guy in The Voice kind of sounds like him.
Mm-hmm.
So he's taking that and like, this is how you can make it current.
Yeah.
So that's good. His only pairing tonight was Kat Perkins versus Patrick Thompson. And they sang Whenever I Call You Friend by Kenny Loggins and Stevie Nicks. I don't like the song choice because I thought it seemed so dated and corny, and I couldn't really get into their performance because I'm like, this is just, I feel like my mom and dad would listen to this. I'm sure they probably do.
I think that I felt Kat won this because she kept it simple. I feel she didn't show her full potential that she has in her range in this performance because she didn't need to.
I don't think she kept it simple at all. I think she has a lot of control over her voice.
Well, definitely a lot of
control.
control.
I thought she oversang the song.
Really?
Yeah. I think I would have picked. I think I would have picked Patrick. I like. You know what though? I kind of don't know if I like her voice.
Really?
I
like she has good range,
yeah.
and I like how like her notes are awesome, but just like genuinely her voice, I don't know if I'm a fan of.
It almost sounds like it's like been battered and abused.
Yes.
But she still has control over it. Like she's not doing anything wrong. It's a little too gritty, and it seems to me like he doesn't have any control over his voice.
Yeah. So
like
it's
he
just like
can
a mix
sing,
up.
but like if he has to do anything tricky, he doesn't get it. So I would have passed on both of them.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, and then he couldn't get that high note.
He couldn't.
Because I don't know. And if you're on The Voice and you have to be able to wail, who does she remind you of?
The one who sings "I'm on the radio."
Whoa. Who sings that?
I don't know.
No idea.
Comment that if you know.
Yeah, in the chat room.
We're all gonna be like, oh. So Kat won.
Delvin?
Which I kind of.
Someone said in the chat room, Delvin sings that.
Delvin?
Maybe they're wrong. I don't know.
Kat won. I thought she should have won if I had to pick, but I didn't really like either of them. But then Shakira stole Patrick, which I think I would have passed my steal.
No, it works. I think that Shakira will be able to work with him.
You think?
Absolutely. If she just chooses, hopefully she'll choose like a good song for him. But I mean, he is pretty good. Like you said though, that was just like a whack ass song.
It was so whack, and I think there's so many other good people in the competition, and we've seen so many people like him come through the show and leave and not do anything, and so it's like I'm just kind of over that.
I'm really surprised Shakira wasted one of her steals on him.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Because
I
how
still
many
think
steals
that she'll be
they
able
get?
to work
Two
with him.
They
steals?
get 2.
And then The Voice is changing this season, right? Because
they change it every season.
It's gonna be like they're not gonna do knockouts. They're gonna do another battle round.
A battle, then a battle?
Yeah. Which wasn't that the knockouts anyway?
Yeah.
I read this somewhere. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Well, maybe a battle and then a knockout.
That it's usually
Another
battle round,
battle
then
and then a
knockout.
knockout.
And then last season they added one more steal in the knockout round.
Oh, so maybe you can't steal in the knockout.
Maybe they got rid of that.
There's something weird. But I do feel like The Voice this season is because there hasn't really been any super successful contestants come out of The Voice. Mm-hmm. I mean, Daniel Bradbury's doing pretty okay. Cassidy Pope's doing pretty okay, but nobody's had like a huge
like an American
Kelly
Idol
Clarkson style
successful
career.
run.
And I think that's why we're seeing less performances this season because they're trying to get us to like get attached to people
Right.
on the show. So we're seeing a little bit more backstory, which I think is smart because the show itself is doing better than all the other singing competition shows, but the artists aren't.
Like combined pretty almost. I mean, The Voice is just dominating.
Right.
And Steffi G and I do Idol too, so we know what's up. We love Idol.
We watch everything.
But they are doing a Voice tour this summer, and it's gonna be, but it's not like the seasons. It's like Tessiana's gonna be on it, Will's gonna be on it, Jackie's gonna be on it.
They should put Angel on it. I love her.
I know, we love Angel Taylor. And then I think a couple other people from past seasons are gonna be on it.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So it'll be cool, and I think they're trying to almost go down that American Idol route where they do the tour.
What would be really cool is if, like for like so many dates, like say the tour's 30 dates. For like the first 8 dates, Maroon 5 ends the show. For the next 8, Blake ends the show. For like those groups, like have a judge be like the main attraction with all the
like their opening acts.
Kinda.
Right? Yeah, that'd be nice.
I'm surprised. I know Adam's taken out Tony Luca on the road. Mm-hmm. And CeeLo's done things with what's the girl's name? From season 1. We interviewed her before.
Oh.
That's bad.
This is terrible.
He's done things with her.
Vanessa?
Nope, that's not it.
Jessica, Jennifer,
Ashley.
Sally.
No, anyways, and so a lot of them do stuff with them. I know Christina is really involved in Chris Mann's career, but I think it would be kind of cool to see them do that.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
I think so.
You think so?
Think so.
Well, we are about wrapped up for the night. There's not a lot of performances, just a lot of backstory.
Any type of predictions for tonight?
Yeah, let's hop into predictions.
I have one. I think that Stevie Joe is gonna really surprise us.
You're after
like this was like a
TV.
weird. It was a weird connect. Like he just needs a voice that doesn't sound like him to compete against, to battle against. So if they do a second battle round, I think that he's gonna kill it. And I would love to hear him against a girl or with a girl.
Okay. I don't think anyone we saw tonight is going to win.
Jake and Stevie.
You don't think anyone that we saw, not even Sashandra?
I think Sashandra will do really well on the show. I think it would be too similar to last season if she won. Because her and Tessanne are so, like, powerhouse vocalists.
Right.
I'm excited to see Christina Grimmie because she has a huge following and she's super good. And I think that's going to help her. I was getting tweets about her tonight.
Oh, and the couple.
Oh, yeah.
There are a few of them.
No,
you're talking about the like boyfriend girlfriend.
Boyfriend and girlfriend.
And then the two brothers would probably be really good too.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot the Walker brothers.
No, there's still a lot of talent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's exciting. Well, cool.
Cool, great.
I
had so much fun. Oh my god.
You're like, oh, there's more. Great.
In the meantime, we'll all be back in here next week and we'll recap Tuesday's episode as well as next Monday's. Where can they find you guys?
You can find me on Twitter at CRosieVOC.
You can find me. Do what you want with your body. I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Do what you want.
You can do what you want with your body and
at Stephanie Giorgi on Twitter or on Instagram at SteffiG47.
You can do what you want with me on Twitter and Instagram too at Jason Ikeler, and we will. Quiet, no, it's not. And we will all see you back in here next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.